Good evening. Tonight's big story centers on the state of emergency declared this morning in Buffalo.
Between 4,000 and 5,000 cars said to be abandoned on city streets.
Buffalo still very much a city under siege.
Space's wind whips the snow into 30-foot drifts.
Niagara Falls Air Base, one of their
The low tonight, 10 below zero. Get off the streets and highways as soon as possible.
And good afternoon, everybody. Happy Halloween. We are live. The Chenoo Plushy. I clicked the button at 12 noon as promised, and it's up on the website. It's up on the Compass Comics website. It is the address is pinned to the top of the chat here. So great to see everybody. I've been really excited about this thing. I've been working on this for a year and a half. Originally, I started work on it the summer a year and a half ago, and my intent was to have it ready by Valentine's Day. And what I ran into as a newbie dealing with manufacturing and products and stuff like that was first, I had a company that said that they were in the USA, and their business is, yes, but they were still manufacturing everything overseas. And I wasted like 6 months with them before I found this out, and nothing was getting done. So I had to shit can them and find somebody else. I found a company called Joyous Toyous out of South Carolina, and they manufacture here in the United States. They're one of the only few. And as you know, Compass Comics likes to do everything in the U.S. Like to keep our jobs here. And that's no offense to anybody else overseas, but that's just my policy. So I dealt with them. They were great. What they do is they get all the material and design stuff done. That's overseas in China, but it's all shipped here. And then they have their own manufacturing, and then they put it all together and actually make it here in the United States. And that's what allows them to put the tag made in the USA on it, which is fantastic. Oh. Draco 51683 just got one. Order number 100329. Beautiful. And thank you for that $2 super chat, Draco. Much appreciated. I'm seeing my Wix store light up. I'm getting lots of and that's great. I'm very excited about this. I'm glad you guys are excited about it. The Chenoo is very, very dear to me. It was my first original character that I crowdfunded, and I just had a lot of fun creating that storyline. And originally I said I wasn't going to do any kind of sequels with Compass Comics, but so many people keep asking for more Chenoo. So I am going to do another one. I'm going to do the prequel, the story of what happened in the blizzard of '77. It'll be called Chenoo '77. And I'm very excited to get to work on that one. But the character itself just lends itself to toys, basically an ice monster. But I like when you take a horrific creature and you make it cute. I think that's a lot of fun. I've been collecting monster stuff my whole life, and when I get stuff like this, where the Wolfman, scary creature, here he is riding a skateboard. I love that stuff. We're expecting our first grandbaby in January. My daughter Mary is going to have a little girl, and there's a Chenoo sitting in her crib right now waiting for her. It's the first one I pulled from the box. Hey, let me just check and say hello to everybody. See who's here this afternoon. Guy Dorian wishes everybody a happy Halloween. Thank you, Guy. B Spin here on the Steadfast. Eric the Guapo. Dan Genovese says hello again. A lot of these guys are. We just talked to each other in the 31 Days of Monsters this morning. Our final broadcast for that. Hyper Kaiju says greeting monster fans. Chris Thacker. Darren Wagner, K33 Insane. I'm here for a little Plushy. Excellent. The Normie Nerd is here. Rather than Saber, Cole King, Eloise. All right, Eloise, here for the Chenoo. I think she was on the show last night. It was either last night or this morning, and she was looking for the Chenoo. So I hope you got one. That's great. Rob Fellows, excellent. Chenoo Halloween, he says. Hyper Kaiju loves that Chenoo trailer. I do too. I dug it back out to show it here, and I hadn't seen it in quite a while, so it was really cool to see it again. Those are all actual news broadcasters from the day. Rich Kellman is one. I forget who the girl is. But those were actual broadcasts from the blizzard of '77 that hit Buffalo. Perth Comics is here. Hail chat. Chris Juliano. Man of War 665. I'm seeing a lot of my 31 Days of Monsters gang here. Aaron Sarge, he's got his. Excellent. Wyatt Hilbert. Beautiful. Cole King got 2 and a beanie. Wonderful. Thank you. Very much appreciated. You know what would be awesome? Joe Frankenstein meets the Chenoo. Yeah, that would be a cool story. I've got some plans for all the characters, which will be made somewhat evident in the Ghosts of Matacumba Key, which that campaign is closing not this week, but next week. I'm finishing up the last batch of pages on that, so we're going to close that thing down. I can start getting all my orders in and get that moving and begin shipping. Let's see. B Spin thinks it looks like a Bumble. It's probably what inspired me, when I was making this thing, is because I always loved the Bumble. He scared the piss out of me as a little boy. But then, of course, you fall in love with them. And again, it's one of those cutesy, scary things that becomes cute. What about, says Bravo Nolan family. Thank you. Chris Juliano, congratulations. Graham and family. Oh yeah, we're over the moon. We can't wait for little Juniper to join us. That's going to be your name, Juniper. Seer of All That Is Obvious is here. Tom Tuttle. Hello, Tom. He brings the funny. He ordered 2, and he dropped a $2 super chat. Thank you, Tom. Black Guy said, still morning here, but good afternoon to you. Well, thank you. Good to see you. Slaker28 wants to know if it'll come in a display box. No, it'll just come in a shipping box, but it's going to have the mini print with it. Which, you know what, I should share that so you can see it big. Let's see here. Let me get that out. Bear with me a sec, guys. Plushy. Okay. Let's see here. Mini print. Let's see if this will pop up. it doesn't do it there. So you know what I'll do? I'll just open it this way. There we go. And then I'll just present the screen. How about that? Okay, here's what's going to come with it. This is the mini print that's going to come with it. I thought this was clever and cute. The forlorn looking Chenoo. You know, it's kind of like a love letter card. Again, I was thinking in terms of Valentine's Day. You know, he's presenting her with the Valentine, which is the beating heart of her former lover, which is indicated by the fact there's 2 glasses of wine here. One bottle. He probably went into the woods to take a leak, ran into the Chenoo, and he likes what he sees, so he's he's bringing her his heart. So yeah, so that's going to come with the book, or with the book, with the plushie. Scar Gangster got his. Excellent. Daniel Brooks Wagner placed my order. Quality product as always. Can't wait. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we take a lot of pride in the products that we put out. We don't want anything to look schlocky or crappy or be manufactured cheap. Again, I try to do everything here in the U.S. All my books are printed here. I'd love to see a claymation short of Chenoo. Yeah, I would too. That would be awesome. Any claymation animators out there? Jake Blues took a break from working and reread Joe Frankenstein 1 and my newly received number 2. So good. Excellent. Yep, there's more Joe coming too. Ah, Amanda. Excellent. Glad you got one. Marcus Kelligrew says congrats on the baby. That's great. Thank you. A scary thing that becomes cute is the description of my grandpa. LOL. What keeps beeping? That's the email notifications of all the purchases. It's a good sound. Paula Seitz is here. Angela Curry, Chenoo. She says, hey, Graham in chat. Hey, Angela. Good to see you. Chris Thacker says, I posted a Joe Franken Chenoo on X a while ago. It could be done in the prequel, Graham. Well, it could. Oh, hey, Dan Genevieve says, I like my shirt. This is the inaugural wearing of it. I ordered this online a little while back just for Halloween. I really like the design. It's got like these kind of cute drawings of all the Universal monsters. Oh, Kaiju likes the mini print. That's what I want to hear. Excellent. Thank you. Stippling Vaughn got his order in. Good. K33 and Scene, he ordered his copy. Great. I keep hearing your email bings. Hopefully that's a lot of sales. Yeah, that's what it is. It's all coming from the website. Perth Comics is here. Hello, Perth. Eric the Guapo wants to know what book is planned after Matakumbiki. The next book out will be the Compass Comics version of Return to Monster Island. Just like Joe, I need to get that back under my banner, particularly Monster Island or Return to Monster Island, because Monster Island in 1998 is the first comic published under the Compass Comics banner. When I did Return, Ominous Press published that one, and so all the rights are mine. So I'm going to publish it under the Compass Comics banner, and then eventually do the final installment of the trilogy, Escape from Monster Island, and then we'll do something with an omnibus and all that kind of fun stuff with it too. So that's the next one out of the gate. Oh, Marcus Kellegru just got his Joe Frankenstein 2 tracking number. That's good. Yeah, Julie's over there now, packing up and shipping Joe 2s. I could change the sound to money raining. Wonder Girl 60s says, "Happy Halloween, boars and ghouls." I gotta show that one so you get the gag. That's good. Love it. Johnny Rando is here. Black Guy says, "Congratulations on becoming a grandpa." Thank you. David G. Hey, thank you for that $4.99 super chat. Hey, Graham Hill chat. Grab 2 for my grandkids, and if there's any left by Friday, I'll get another one for myself. Well, that's a good grandpa. Thank you. How long will the Chenoo be available? Until they're gone. There's only 400 available. 500 were made. 100 are being held back right now, depending on how fast they go. But I'm holding back 100 to use for the Chenoo 77 campaign when I get to that. So then they'll be super rare. There'll be only 100 of those left. So yeah, they're there until they're all sold. Eric the Guapo loves his omnibuses. That's good. Chris is suggesting that I post a reading order list on the website so we can read them in order. I have done that. People have asked me, what order that they should read the books. There can be an order. Let me just say that. However, all my books are self-contained, and I did that purposely. I like stuff that can connect, but I also want it self-contained, because what I hated about what Marvel and DC were doing was all those crossovers where you had to buy this one, this one, this one, and none of them made sense unless you had them all together. And I think you can tell a good self-contained story, but still tie it in with other things. And that was basically the premise for the Nolan verse, was to be able to tell self-contained stories, but have them exist in the same universe. And sometimes there'll be crossovers. Sometimes there'll be plot points that carry over into another story. But it still feels like a real world, even though everybody doesn't know everybody. It's not like the Avengers, or where everybody knows everybody. It's not like that. Oh, Juniper. I love it. Yeah, when I heard that name, I was like, oh, what a unique and beautiful name. I was very excited. Chris Juliano is stepping up and saying, hit that like button, people. Let's do it. We've got 77 people watching right now live. And it looks like we only got 6 likes, at least on the, maybe that's just Facebook. Let's see, where are the likes here? Well, doesn't matter. What matters is you hit the like button. Do it. Angela's catching up on the 31 Days of Monsters. Excellent. Yeah, a lot of people can't get to them in the morning. I mean, typically we're on at 8 in the morning to start your day. What we're going to do is what we decided we're going to do is each month we're going to pick a different subject, different style. You know, let's say October is monsters, November is westerns, and then each Monday we'll do a show just like we do with 31 Days of Monsters. We'll pick a western, we'll pick a film noir movie, or you know, various other genres, science fiction, whatever it may be, and we'll devote that month to some great movies that fall into that category. So that way you can start your week up in the morning and have some fun. We can all get together because everybody that shows up in the 31 Days of Monsters loves it, and it's really a lot of fun. It becomes very familial. You'll see the same faces. There's great interaction and talking, questions, and information that's exchanged too. You know, that folks have about the movies that maybe I didn't know. So it's a lot of fun, and we're going to do that on a regular basis. Oh, thanks, Eric. I love self-contained stories too. You, Pete Samedi, and Eric Canetti are great at doing that. Thank you. Most of my 31 Days of Monsters have been streamed, dual streamed on Twitter, X. It was in StreamYard. You can check that. I checked it on. I checked Facebook, YouTube, of course, and X. I don't know what the analytics are on it. Facebook is worthless. I'm not sure about what we get out of X, but the real key is here, right here, with YouTube. Ooh, Davina Duckworth is reading the Chenoo right now. I hope it's cold where you're reading it. Kino Reviews is here. He says, hail. Hello, Kino. Guy Dorian is back. Dan Genovese has hit the like button. Thank you. Hernan G, greetings from Chile. Love your work. Well, thank you. Thank you from all the way down there in Chile. Phil from Zaid Comics is here. He says the Chenoo is great. Thank you, Phil. The Chenoo wears a heart on his sleeve, not necessarily his own. That is true. Oh, Chris says the likes are up to 71 now. 74, Wyatt Hilbert says. Beautiful. 77. Westerns? Nice. Yeah, I used to do a Saturday show called Saturday Morning Western Roundup. Westerns are my favorite genre outside of horror and monsters. So that'll be the first one up. Camel Moon is here. Hi, y'all, he says. Hello, Camel. Leg Kick 1. Dan Genovese. Yeah, it's a great group. It's like a private club, only it's not private. Anybody can come in. Here on the Steadfast is here. Angela enjoyed the watch party that we did with the bros. That was a lot of fun. That's something I'm going to do throughout the year too. is more watch parties. You know, like some Friday evening, it's winter time, nobody feels like going out, might be cold and snowy and stuff. We'll all get together and we'll do a watch party. I'll have the bros on again. We'll, you know, try and find something that isn't too good so that we can make fun of it. You know, if it's too good, you want to pay attention to it. Uh, and the one that we watched, City of the Dead, was on the borderline because it was pretty good. There's some pretty good stuff in there, but there was just enough for us uh, to bust on. And thanks for watching it. Tonight is a great evening for Bone Tomahawk, great Western horror. Yeah, that one's off the rails. When I first saw that, it went in a completely different direction. I didn't know anything about it. So, ooh, Kurt Russell in a Western, I'm in. Woo! If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's terrifying, too. Here on the Steadfast is reading Monster Island. Excellent. That one's a lot of fun. Shadowhawk Talk says, Hail Graham in chat. All right, you buggers. Save a plushie for me. I can't back it till Friday. Fingers crossed there are some left. I hope so, too. Seer of All That Is Obvious got one for their granddaughter. That's great. Oh, wait. I got one for my granddaughter. Okay, it was for me. You had me there. Here on the Steadfast loves Westerns. Great. Have I seen Bandolero? Isn't that the one with Raquel Welch? Gonna do Rumble? No, I'm not gonna do Rumble. I'm spread out too far as it is. And then you have to start building your audience back over there. I don't need another platform. We'll just deal with YouTube and hope things, get better. Because any platform could take a dump. Rumble could crap out on us too. Kino Reviews. Hey, buddy. Thank you for that $9.99 super chat. Thanks for the heads up about Near Dark. Had to buy a physical copy of it off eBay. No longer being streamed in the US for reasons. Also, just ordered the plushie. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. What Kino is referring to is that on my original 31 Days of Monsters list, Near Dark was on there. An excellent vampire tale. It's got a lot of the cast from Aliens in it, and it was being streamed on Criterion when I first put it on the list. But then when we started broadcasting and the season came up, I went to go watch it and it was gone. And I started looking on the internet and it wasn't streamed anywhere, and I couldn't rent it anywhere. So there's like no way anybody could watch it unless they bought it or owned it already. So I had to take it off the list. So, but hopefully next year it'll be up somewhere and we can talk about it. Stipping loved the Saturday morning Western roundups. There just wasn't enough bodies in the room for that show. I love Westerns. A lot of my friends love Westerns, but a lot of people, let's just say of a younger demographic, don't like Westerns. They didn't grow up with them. They don't understand what it was like back then, and some of the storytelling aspects of living in that era and what happens. For some reason, it just doesn't connect. Riding a horse, I'd rather see somebody driving a car, I guess. The ETA is completely up to CGC. They're all over there now. All the books are being graded. So it has to go through a process. of grading, and then once they're graded, it has to be sent to um, their division that does the slabbing, the pressing of the plastic and all that kind of stuff. So, it takes a while because I'm a larger customer. With the amount that I send them, they put my books on the fast track, but it's still, they get thousands of stuff that comes in. So it's hard to say, um, what the ETA is. They'll let me know. Oh, Julie just messaged me. She says she's heading to the post office with 160 Joe Frankenstein 2s that are going out right now. Excellent. That woman is a workhorse. I'm sitting on my ass chit-chatting. And she's packaging stuff and dropping it off at the post office. I definitely married up. Well, we'll never say never to terror in Tiny Town, that's for sure. She just said, "You got that right." Hey, if you're driving to the post office, why are you watching this show? Put your phone down and get to work, woman. Sometimes, the boss got to crack down. Johnny Rando says, Nolan knows Westerns. He's the routinist, tootinist, cartoonist this side of the Rio Grande. When you redo Monster Island, is it going to be a reprint of the existing one, or is there going to be some changes to it? Well, we're talking about Return to Monster Island. And it'll have new covers, but the interiors will be the same. There'll probably be some different interior stuff as well. Not story-based, but maybe background type of thing, commentary, that kind of stuff to make it different. And it'll be in the format that we've been publishing the Compass Comics in, which is the perfect bound. What's my favorite Western? Gosh, there are so many. One of my all-time favorite. Well, everybody knows I'm a huge John Wayne fan, and I love The Searchers. But one of my all-time favorites is a Randolph Scott Bud Bedecker film called Ride Lonesome. It's a really great revenge story, but you don't know it's a revenge story until we get about halfway through the movie. And then it goes off the rails, and it's so good. There's a mean-spiritedness about it. It was written by Burt Kennedy, who also did The War Wagon and a bunch of other stuff. You should watch it. I don't want to say too much about it. And probably do a show. And I did a show about it in the Saturday morning Western Roundup. But if we're going to be doing this stuff again, there's going to be stuff that overlaps, so we'll do another one. We'll talk about it. But yeah, go check it out. It's really good. Fearsome Bullet says, have you seen Dark City? If yes, do you have a video or stream on it? No, I don't even know what that is. Eloise is saying, I want to get a plush, but I don't know how much I have in the bank. Stuff is still processing. Okay. Well, hopefully, there'll still be some there for you. True Grit. Fill your hands, you son of a bitch. In fact, it's a good time to do this.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch!
Sometimes I can't resist. It's afternoon. That needs to be a bourbon, not water, when you're celebrating, sir. Yeah, but I got to do tonight. I'm the host of the Professionals right here on this channel, so I got to stay sharp because I'm having a monster trivia contest. I've got a lot of great questions, some softballs for some of the guys that aren't into horror movies, but some good deep dives too. So hopefully you guys will, tune in for that tonight at 7 o'clock right here for the Professionals. Johnny Rando likes the tall T with Richard Boone. That's a good one too. That's a good one, and you can never go wrong with Elmore Leonard westerns. Silverado is fun, but I don't really consider it a western so much as I consider it a pastiche of westerns. I didn't care for Appaloosa. I wanted to like it, but I didn't care for it. It's the one with Ed Harris, right? And the guy from Lord of the Rings. I'm a pro, bro. I don't know what that means, but okay. Ombre. Yeah, that is a good one. Fearsome Bullet. Another Elmore Leonard. Another one with Richard Boone, too. I love the scene where Paul Newman says to him, I just got one question for you. He goes, yeah? How you going to get down that hill? Oh, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He starts backing off down the hill. So great. Yeah, Billy has the Vegas odds on him tonight. That's for sure. Open range is awesome. The gunfight at the end is one of the most accurate and amazing gunfights ever filmed in westerns. Great, great film. Great, great western. Oh yeah, Peckinpah's Ride the High Country, another awesome one. Just want to walk into my house justified. Great film. All right. Well, everybody, I've covered everybody in the chat here. We are off to a really great start on our Plushy launch. I appreciate everybody that came in today, and I hope everybody got what they're looking for. And tonight, we're going to be on the Bros, as I said. It's monster movie sci-fi trivia night. And I'm bringing the sauce to this one, folks. So you're going to want to tune in for that. I'll have the link posted a little bit later this afternoon, the YouTube link. So please tell your friends about the Chenoo plushie. Give them the Compass Comics link. Share it on your social media so folks that get algorithmed out can see it. And I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for getting us off to a good launch. So till tonight, we'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye-bye.